Hi Gemini, Trishna here. Welcome to your March 2020 Love Tarot reading. So in this video, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. I'm going to be focusing on your energy, and then I'm going to focus on your partner's energy, and then I'm going to focus on your collective energy together, you and your partner, essentially the energy of your relationship. And when it comes to relationships, any kind of relationships, there's often a lot of mirroring, so keep that in mind as you listen to this reading, and listen to this reading in however it applies to you, because sometimes your energy may actually be your partner's energy, and your partner's energy may be your energy, and like there's a lot of crisscrossing that can happen. So just keep that in mind as you listen to this reading. So what I'm feeling for you, Gemini, from an intuitive perspective, is I feel like your energy is feeling really good about your relationship right now. I feel like you're in a happy place, a positive place, and a hopeful place. I do feel like you have some worries about whether or not things are going to work out, whether or not you really deserve having such a wonderful relationship. Is this actually going to work out? So it's a little bit similar to the Taurus reading that I just did, but the difference is with the Tauruses, they're kind of allowing their insecurities and their self-worth, I guess, to kind of get the better of them. In your case, Gemini, I feel like you have these thoughts of like, do I really deserve this? Is this something that can really happen for me? Is this actually going to last? You have those thoughts, but I feel like the positive side, the hopeful side, the excited side, the yeah, I do deserve this side is really winning in your case. So that is really, really good, Gemini. Like that's really positive. Keep that up because you do deserve it. Because I think you realize, like, you're like, you know what, like sometimes I do worry that this isn't going to work out, but also it's here. Like, this came into my life, so I must deserve it. Because if I didn't deserve it, I would never have gotten a taste of it. And I certainly would not have gotten a taste of it for this long or like this strongly. So I must deserve this because it's here. If I didn't, it wouldn't be here. But I do, and that's why it's here. So that is a really good mentality to have, Gemini. I feel like your partner's energy is like very, very similar. I feel like they essentially feel the same way. I feel like they're really excited about the relationship. They're so excited about you. They love you so much. They're so happy. And yeah, sometimes they think like, do I deserve this? Is this really going to work out? Are there issues here that maybe I haven't really considered, that maybe I do need to take seriously, that could make or break us in the future? Like, do I need to be making a different decision than the decision that I've made to be with this person? But for the most part, they're just really positive, really in love, and they're telling themselves the exact same thing. They're like, you know what? This is really good. And I sometimes think I don't deserve it, but if I didn't, it wouldn't be here and it wouldn't have been here for so long. But it's here and it's been here for a while, and so I must deserve it. I must be a better person than I think that I am because I am bringing in so much happiness into my life. And why would I get that if I didn't deserve it? So you two are essentially feeling and experiencing the exact same feelings. So it's nice, and it's really nice because for both of you, the positive side, the yes, I do deserve this, yes, let's enjoy this, yes, let's make the most of this side of you is winning. So that's really good. And I feel like when I like feel into your collective energy together, I'm picking up that I think there used to be some issues that the two of you had in your relationship, maybe in the past month, maybe the past 2 to 3 months, somewhere in that time frame. You two had some issues, and you wanted to stay together, but you also weren't sure how it was going to work out at the same time. So it was kind of a confusing time for you, a little bit tumultuous in your relationship. But I feel like whatever those issues are, they may not have even gotten resolved. Maybe for some of you they got resolved, but for some of you they may not have ever gotten resolved, but it's almost like they disappeared. Like those issues just aren't an issue anymore. They may exist, but somehow they're not a part of your discussions, they're not a part of your relationship, they're not really a part of anything. It was just like maybe you two had disagreements or saw things in a different way, and there was no resolution, but like now that's just not even a part of your conversation anymore. It's like not even important. It's like just like something that you disagreed on a little while back, and now it's like you're just carrying on with your relationship. So I feel like that's also really positive, Gemini. I feel like whatever those issues were, that there really didn't need to be a resolution, and that they weren't as big as maybe they felt they were at the time, and that things are going to sort themselves out. I feel like that's not even really the right thing to say because there isn't really necessarily anything to sort out, but I feel like things are going to work. Like, whether or not that needs to be sorted out, things are going to work. So if they don't need to be sorted out, things are just going to move forward happy as ever. And if they do need to be sorted out, they will get sorted out, and they will come to a happy resolution together. Like, you two will come to a very happy resolution together, and you'll be able to move forward in very, very positive, wonderful ways. And if anything, you two having these conflicts has probably taught you how the two of you work together, how the two of you work through conflicts, and how the two of you move forward as a team. And so, like, I feel like this may have been a very, very nice transition for you that maybe didn't feel nice at the time, but like, it has been very good for the connection in your relationship, for the stability and the strength of the two of you together, whether or not you two would describe it that way. Like, those issues somehow on some very deep psyche level have built a stronger foundation for the two of you to be able to move forward together and to like really deal with other things that may come your way in really very positive, constructive ways. So it was all good, all important, even if it didn't feel that way at the time. But now I feel like you're kind of sensing that you guys have pulled yourself out of that, and you're in a positive state of mind, and you're moving forward together in very positive ways. You're both really excited, and I feel like the energy, Gemini, is just really good. All right, Gemini, so going into the tarot portion of this reading, I pulled some cards from The Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. And so for your energy, the two cards that I got are Fortune's Wheel, which is essentially the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Water. And what this represents to me is I feel like so first of all, before we get into the cards, remember that take this as it applies to you. So I'm going to be talking about your energy first and then your partner's energy, but again, the energies can be flipped and they can be kind of crisscrossed and things like that. So listen to this as it applies to you and your particular situation. So with the Wheel of Fortune, what I feel for you, Gemini, is I feel like that really represents that things have been difficult. And I don't necessarily mean that it's only been difficult in the love spectrum of your life or with this particular partner. Things could have been a little bit difficult with this partner or love, but I feel like even more so what it represents is it represents that maybe things have been difficult in love in general. Like maybe even before you met this person, love was hard, love was difficult, love was painful. And maybe even broader than that, just life in general has been difficult. Maybe you don't have as great of relationships with your friends as you'd like, or with your family as you would like, or maybe your career is not in the right place, or you're not doing what you really love, or you're not making as much money as you feel like you should be making or as you would like to be making. So I feel like life has been difficult up to this point. And I feel like things are starting to change. I feel like maybe you have some hesitations in believing that it can change, but I feel like you're getting there. I feel like things are starting to look more positively. Things are starting to become more favorable towards whatever it is that you want. The light at the end of the tunnel. You're starting to see it. It's there, and you're getting close to it. So I feel like a lot is about to change for you, Gemini. The Wheel of Fortune represents your fortune changing for the better, usually for the better. In this case, I definitely feel like it's for the better. Like I feel like things are about to really improve for you. Like magic is going to start entering into your life, and yeah, it's going to be positive. So with the Ace of Water, what I feel like that represents is I feel like maybe you don't feel like you have a lot right now. Maybe again, you don't have the amount of money that you would like to have, or the kind of career that you would like to have, or maybe you're not at the education level that you would like to be at. Maybe your relationship with your friends isn't as strong as you would like it to be. So you don't have a lot, but I feel like you have some things. Like maybe your relationship with your family is really great. Maybe your relationship with your partner is really wonderful. And so I feel like you may not have a lot, or you may not feel like you have a lot, but whatever you do have, I feel like you are just loving it. You are caring for it. You're just being so kind and so sweet and so giving and so generous and just so loving, Gemini, to whatever you have in your life. You are just completely nurturing. It's like your baby. You just want to take care of it. It's really, really cute, Gemini. That energy is just really wonderful. I love it. So for your partner's energy, I got the Nine of Fire and the Page of Earth. And what I feel this represents for you, Gemini, is I feel like the Nine of Fire represents your partner's feeling towards this relationship, which I feel like there's a lot of different feelings going on here. Sometimes your partner is just in awe at the beauty of the relationship and the fact that it's in their hands, that they are experiencing it. It's real for them. It's not just some idea. This is real. It's in their face. It's something that they have, something that they can hold in their hands. I feel like sometimes they feel a little bit numb to it. Like, is this even really real? Like, is this even really here? I feel like sometimes they feel like they're getting really used to it and they want to be more excited. They don't want this to become normal just yet or like to feel normal. They want to keep up the energy and the positivity. So I feel like your partner kind of goes between several different emotions regarding your relationship. Sometimes they're just like in awe. Sometimes they feel like they want to boost up the energy and the excitement because they don't want it to be normal just yet. They want to live out the excitement and the momentum. And sometimes they feel like they're a little bit numb to it and they can't like believe that it's real and that it's there and really connect with it. So I mean, it sounds like a neutral card. I feel like it's really more of a positive card though for you, Gemini, because they just love everything that's there. Even when they're numb, they're just like, is this real? Like, is this really mine? With the Page of Earth, what I feel that represents is I feel like your partner feels good about things, wants to make things work out. I feel like they also may feel a little bit out of their depth with the level of the relationship right now. They may feel like they are not necessarily prepared to perform at the level that they want to or that is required for where the relationship is right now. So if the two of you have become more serious, they're not entirely sure how to step up their game to really match what you're providing or to really match the level of that seriousness. They want to, they very, very much want to, but they're trying to figure out like how to go about doing that, how to be a good partner at that new level that the two of you are currently at. So I feel like they feel a little bit immature in the situation, and yeah, that's all that is. It's not negative or positive. I'd say actually this is also more positive, actually, to be honest, because they are aware of kind of what level they're performing at, and they very much want to perform at a higher level to really be there for you. And they're aware that they don't know how to do that yet, but they very, very, very much want to figure that out, and they're going to figure that out. So actually, I would say it's a very positive card for the two of you. So with regards to your joint energy, the cards that you guys got is the Moon and the Page of Air. So the Moon card traditionally represents something being hidden or maybe secrets being kept. And I feel like this could apply to your relationship, Gemini. I feel like maybe there were some things that maybe the two of you weren't really communicating, or one of you wasn't really communicating. Maybe you were communicating an issue, but you weren't really communicating why that was an issue or the background behind that or what the real feelings and the real thoughts were that were creating that issue. So I feel like maybe the two of you weren't really being open with each other, or one of you wasn't really being open with the other person. And so that was maybe creating those issues that we talked about in the intuitive portion. So I feel like maybe there were some things that were hidden. Yeah, like within each one of you. I don't feel like I don't feel like anybody was stabbing the other person in the back or anything like that. I feel like maybe there were just things within yourself that you weren't revealing to your partner, or their partner wasn't revealing to you, so that you could have very open conversation and actually deal with things moving forward. But I feel like, again, that is more past energy, just kind of like in the intuitive portion where the two of you were having issues and that was more past energy. I feel like the more present energy and the more going forward energy is the Page of Air, which is that the two of you have essentially, and I feel like maybe especially you, have essentially really opened yourself up, really like putting yourself out there, trying to put all the cards out on the table so that the two of you can work together as a team, and like really trying to, yeah, be open, be very vulnerable, not hold anything back, not have any secrets, not have any kind of thoughts that should be shared that you're not sharing. Like, you're really, really, really trying to be open. And I feel like there might be a little bit of like immaturity there as well in the way that it's done, kind of like with the Page of Earth, where maybe your partner feels like they have an immature way of like their level of performance in the relationship, like they need to work on that to like be at your level or be at the level of the relationship. So it's not like that they're immature, it's just that they feel like they're not performing to the best level that they need to be. And I feel like with the Page of Air, it's a little bit like that as well, where maybe the way that you're opening up isn't the most tactful or like the most well said, or like the most mature or like nice way of putting things out there, but you are putting what needs to be out there out there. So there is a little bit of refinement that I feel like it's more you, but in this relationship that the two of you can be doing to the way that you communicate the hidden stuff or the secrets or whatever. But it's okay. Like, I feel like there's a lot of growth that's happening, and essentially you're getting what needs to be gotten out. Like, you're sharing what needs to be shared, just maybe not in the best way or like the best wording. So the important stuff is getting out there. Like, what needs to be shared is getting shared. So that concludes the YouTube portion of this video, Gemini. If you're interested in the extended, I'm going to go much more deeply into each one of these areas: your energy, your partner's energy, and the energy of your relationship together. We're going to pull a lot more cards for each one of those areas, and that will allow us to go much more deeply within each. So if you're interested in that, you can access it at the link at the end of this video. Also, the link in the description box is the link to my Patreon page, which is www.patreon.com/Trishna. So if you're interested in that, I will see you there. If not, thank you so much for watching. I hope I earned your like and your subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.